I'm gonna call this little series things I'm learning while going through IVF. um, and I think there's a couple things. One, the mental and emotional toll roller coaster that going through this process has on you and your spouse or partner is it's a lot. Like, we've gone through so many emotions in probably the last like 2 or so weeks, um, because we were doing our injections and preparing for egg retrieval. Then we do egg retrieval. We're excited about egg retrieval. And then after egg retrieval, we get news that's kind of gonna push back when we will have transfer potentially. So like there's just like so I felt like we were like, woo, like during doing the injections and everything, like I felt like that went well. Um I some people, I know that that's probably the part that they dread, especially if you've done multiple cycles of IVF. Um but yeah, like we have just been like, it's been like, woo, and then we're like, oh my gosh, and then it's like, oh, we're okay today, and then it's like, it's just, it's a complete roller coaster. So I think that's like the first thing that I'm learning is that it's kind of all over the place, and I have to give myself grace because I think I'm probably the hardest on myself than anyone. And I think that I should be responding or acting in a certain way when like it's okay that, you know, I I want to cry, or I am upset, or I do get a little frustrated or disheartened, or whatever the case is. Um, yeah, so it's definitely emotional roller coaster. And then second thing is just how alone or lonely this process can feel at times. I don't know about who, like, whoever may be watching this, if you're going through IVF, or if you know people going through IVF, but like me and my husband didn't know anyone. I don't think I've, like, except for people that are like distant or like, that are famous or whatever, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, they've navigated through IVF. But we don't know anyone personally, at least no one that has like communicated that they have gone through IVF. So we automatically from the beginning felt like, oh crap, like we have no context of what this process is gonna look like, what, anything. Um, so yeah, it's felt very lonely and isolating because the the season of life that we're in, there are a lot of people just around us that are pregnant. And I think that also just makes it feel more of like just a dagger, because it's like, oh crap, okay, literally this person. It's like going to everyone else, but we're like in the middle, and it's just like a game of, I don't know, that game where like someone's in the middle and people are like throwing the ball and they're trying to keep the ball from the people in the middle. That's what it feels like. The ball's being passed from person to person, like, oh, we're pregnant, we're pregnant, we're pregnant, we're pregnant, we're pregnant, and we're just like in the middle, like trying to trying to grab it. So yeah, it's just been, yeah, I think those are the two main things. Is like how much of emotional and mental toll it does take on you on certain days. Like some days are great and I feel awesome and I'm like, woo, we're going through this process. And then other days I'm like, I want to just run away. um, but through it all and in it all, the Lord has been faithful and He's been good to us. I don't want it to come across like I'm just miserable. Um, because I may have miserable moments, but like overall, the Lord has been so good to us. And like, we know at the end of this, the promise that the Lord has just spoken to us about being parents. So we're just gonna be thankful in the middle. And that is hard. It's really hard. Especially like when you're in the thick of it and you feel like you can't see the end. Or the end just seems like it's getting further and further away, or like the finish line is being moved. But the Lord's faithful. He's good. And like we're gonna trust him. And yeah, that's all.